We're now joined in studio by Dr. Kelly Henning from Bloomberg Philanthropies Public Health. Kelly, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Two big announcements. Let's start with the Empower Awards last night. How did they go?
Fantastic. It's really been exciting to be here in Cape Town and to work on the Empower Awards. This year we gave awards to a number of different organizations for best practice in things like surveillance and smoke-free public places, cessation, pack warnings, and even tax. So it was really fabulous. We got to hear from our colleagues in El Salvador, in Argentina, where there's a great tax, and on and on. It was just a terrific ceremony.
And the other big announcement this week, STOP. Tell us all about that.
So STOP is a very big announcement for us this week at Bloomberg Philanthropies. Michael Bloomberg announced that he's not going to take it from the tobacco companies anymore. He's going to really fight back. We're seeing a lot of interference with tobacco control policies, and this new organization, this new entity is meant to really push back against the tobacco companies and to expose all the bad behavior that's going on at country level and to help countries move ahead with their policies to try to protect their people from the harms of tobacco.
Is this a direct response to Philip Morris, so this is going to be a watchdog, as it were?
It is indeed an industry watchdog, that's right. And the Philip Morris situation really prompted us to act more quickly. We've been seeing a lot of tobacco industry interference over the last few years, but this new Philip Morris entity that's been announced is really just one more way of Philip Morris trying to get to the table, to get to the policy table and undermine the good work that folks are trying to do all around the world to protect their citizens.
Now, Kelly, how will STOP be staffed?
It's a competitive bid, actually. So there'll be an open bid. We'll take 1, 2, or 3 organizations working together. And the idea is that they'll work to do really exciting, new cutting edge kind of pieces of reporting and collecting of information, and then making that information available so that countries can use it.
Now, harm reduction approaches by the likes of Philip Morris, just explain how that works.
We don't really think that there is a way for Philip Morris to be effectively doing harm reduction. We think it's really just a marketing ploy so that Philip Morris can say that they have this idea and that will bring them to the table to market new products. But really, Philip Morris has deceived the public many times in the past, and this seems like one more technique to really push back against good policies like Empower.
Now, how long will the initial funding last?
It's a 3-year commitment, so Mike Bloomberg announced that he would support this effort for $20 million over 3 years, and that's just the beginning. We'll see how it goes and where to go from there.
Just give us some examples of these sort of false narratives that these companies try and push.
So there's a lot of examples out there. I think many people are familiar with the situation in Uruguay, where the government of Uruguay pushed forward and put in place some very innovative pack warnings to warn the public of the dangers. And the companies actually took the country of Uruguay to court to try to push back in the international trade law litigation cases. And they actually ultimately lost that battle, but that's one very clear interference example.
Okay, Kelly, thank you for your insights. Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you for having me.